Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I got another story to share with you from a listener or a longtime viewer or someone that's found me on YouTube that's decided to share their story with the world here. And it is a privilege to give you my take. So, this particular story actually is basically, he's really upfront. I want my girlfriend back, literally in the second sentence. And this is a really good place to start because a lot of times I ask people, sometimes they go on and on about what went wrong and who's to blame, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Used to be a genuine song. Wait a minute. Can I ask you something? Yes. What do you want? A lot of times people, oh, she wants this, he wants that, he did this, he said that. Wait. What do you want? What's your intention? Where are you going with this? I know all this shit around it. I know all the whirlwind, but what do you want? And that's the core of most shit in your life. You're telling a story. You're telling them, if you're talking about what do you want? So he says up front, I want my girlfriend back. The next question is, why? Why do you want her back? I've literally had people tell me recently, too, in a live coaching, multiple live coachings, I want her back, I want her back. They had a bad relationship, a broken relationship. They haven't been together for months. I'm like, why do you want her back? He goes, I just want her. He goes, honestly, he didn't really think about it before, but I want her to. I go, what would be ideal for you? He goes, I want her to come back, beg for me back, want me back, and I'm able to say, no, I don't want you back. Now, if that's your outlook, is that really something you want to strive for? Revenge? A 24-hour revenge? Like, once that's over, it's like, well, what's next? Did you really get what you wanted? So it gets interesting. That's why you want to write out your story. Get it to me. Get your take. And you're not just, when you're writing your story out, you're not just fucking doing it for me. You're doing it for yourself. You're trying to get some clarity on really, honestly, how you feel about your breakup and the story you're telling yourself. Because once we break this down, you kind of go, oh shit, I wrote that, that's what I thought, but I didn't really look at it from that perspective. Or I didn't realize, shit, I need to reframe this to serve me. All right, let me get right into this. Hi, Max. So, like a lot of people who write to you, I want my girlfriend back. Thanks for being clear, bud. I'm 24, she's 23, from the UK. We've been together for 3 years, lived together for 2.5. That's a great way to start. You've obviously read the directions on my website. Just gives me a nice, clean, clear background of where you're at, who you are. We met in Hungary at a music festival, hit it off right away, did long distance as she's from London. I'm from north of England. Okay, good for you. So it starts off in a long-distance relationship, but you did meet in another country, so you're both travelers. You're kind of open. You're young people, and you hit it off right away. If you're going to enter a long-distance relationship, you should hit it off right away. It shouldn't be wishy-washy from the get-go because you both have to try to make it work. She moved up to live with me, mainly motivated by issues at home. Her brother had a drug issue. Okay, could be. This is issue 1, as she feels she moved up for wrong reasons, although we're also in love also. Okay, so she believes she's in love, or just you believe you guys are in love would be a question. I've said this to someone recently, and I've been getting a lot of people in their early 20s. No problem there, because this is, your first serious or second serious relationship really sets a tone for future relationships, because in 2018 and the 21st century, you're probably going to have more relationships than grandma and grandpa had. Just with all the social media and the way to meet people, you're going to have more relationships. You're probably going to have more breakups, okay? But the way you handle these ones up front is going to set the tone for the ones in the future. So if you had a bad breakup or a breakup you're a little confused about, you need to sew that up right now. So even if this one doesn't come back, you understand yourself better, you understand relationships better, you understand the relationship you want in the future, okay? So kudos for writing this. This is the issue 1. She feels like she moved up for the wrong reasons. We were happy and I loved her for who she was. She had some anger issues, and sometimes I would react badly to her getting bitchy and stressed out. Well, everyone would, man. If you live together and your girlfriend has anger issues and she's bitchy, well, I mean, what's the alternative to you getting upset? You being bitchy or giving in? You know, that's not the ideal situation. I would either get pissed and let her know about it, or go cold to her, passive aggressive. Yeah, that's what passive aggressive is. It's like you get really angry, then you're sorry. You get really angry, then you're sorry. And it's actually a lot more common than people admit, because what happens is on the one hand, you got your balls in hand as a man. You're saying, well, I'm not going to take this shit, or that was out of line, or you're just being whiny or quote unquote bitchy in your words. I'm not going to take that. And then afterwards, you're like, you know what? This isn't even worth it to me. I'll just say sorry, even though I'm not really sorry, even though I still feel like she overreacted, because I just want to end it. I just want to go back to being boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, sleeping together, hanging out, and having fun. That's a guy's outlook a lot of times. And you just, I've been there. I'm one that's done passive aggressive, and I still do it sometimes. Okay. It's not like it's just one of those things you're gonna get away. What happens is you're juggling, like I said, your balls in one hand as far as your guts and your real point of view of how you feel. On the other hand, you're juggling your heart and compassion and kindness and understanding, and it's hard. It's hard to play both. So one minute you're going for all of it with your gusto and that's bullshit, and then you're going, you know what? I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry, because you don't want to fight anymore. So the first step to it is to be aware of it, and then you can work from there. Meditation, exercise, staying active keeps you from juggling your brain so much. But like I said, you wrote wrong move. Yeah, but don't get too hard on yourself. It's a learning thing. And the fact that you know that you were doing that is big. This would ruin events that we would go to, which made her doubt that we were right for each other. Well, I would ask you, did you ever doubt that you were right for each other? Sounds like you're putting out a lot of fires. I ruined nights at the club, festivals, and some of the holidays by reacting badly to her bitchiness. Should have just laughed it off. No. Are you someone that likes hanging around with someone that's bitchy? And let's just clarify what bitchiness is. I don't know, like that word, bitchiness means like whining all the time. That's annoying. That's not someone you want to hang out with. Someone and bitchiness to me is that you complain a lot. You're not going to laugh that off if you don't like that you don't want to hang out. You're sacrificing something in your character to be with someone whose values and personality and behavior doesn't really mesh with you. Or remove myself from the situation. Okay, let me say that again, that sentence, because I'm going on a little tangent here. I ruined nights at the clubs, festivals, and some of the holidays by reacting badly to her bitchiness. Should have just laughed it off or removed myself from the situation. Calm myself and let it go instead of holding on to resentment. Well, you are who you are and you react how you react, okay? So if you want to take time out and say like, okay, you know, she was acting up, or I don't like what she just said, but if it's a pattern, then you guys just don't get along well. This, I believe, is that what led me then cheating on her about 2 years into the relationship. Well, that's a story you can find a reason any way you want to whip it up, but you did cheat, and that was wrong, right? It wasn't, unless it was acceptable in your relationship. I tell people this sometimes. Some relationships, some women, some men are open to cheating. It's a lot of people don't agree with it, but if you're not, then you're doing something wrong, and you need to let them know. I resented her, thought I wanted out, and I regrettably kissed another girl who we both knew and I had caught feelings for. May just have been lust, though. Well, I mean, bottom line, you're 24 years old, man. You're going to see women all day that you're interested in. If you're around enough women that are good looking, you're going to catch feelings for some of them. It's what you do afterwards when you're in a relationship officially. So, some people feel really guilty when they catch feelings for someone else. I've had women write me, I know I really like this other guy. I felt so good. Don't feel guilty. That's a human nature thing, especially when you're in your early 20s and you're more active. But me and her carried on an affair for a few months. Never had sex, but the girlfriend knew something was going on. Okay, bottom line, if you were doing it for a few months, that's where you were wrong. If you made one mistake, came clean of it, It's not that it's like you realize I made a mistake. I'm sorry for it. If you're doing it for a few months, but you didn't have sex, I mean, you guys are just carrying on. At some point, you got to make a decision. You got to shit or get off the pot, as my father likes to say. She took me back after I went away for 2 days. I realized I had been a fool and that I did want her. She never really got over this, and she definitely felt she took me back too quickly, and I never truly came clean to her about what happened. We went on holiday, brushed everything under the carpet, and kept on moving. You brushed everything under the carpet. I don't think she did. She's the one that's suspicious of your behavior. She's the one that hasn't got an answer on what exactly happened. So that's not going away. I haven't read the rest of the story, but I'm guessing that's where you're going to go with this. After we decided to continue the relationship, we moved house and bought a cat. Good for you. That's a connection. We stopped going out on nights out. Music is her passion, so this is big for her. Is it a passion for you? She felt a lot like where you're going with a lot of this is her, and you're not taking into account you. You're openly sacrificing some of who you are to please her. She felt she couldn't go out with me due to me ruining so many events. Do you honestly feel like you were out of order or you ruined events, or was that just her perception of the situation? Sometimes you're suddenly, oh yeah, maybe I was an asshole, but you weren't in your mind. If you weren't, then you got to get really clear on your values and her values, and if they don't fucking line up, then that's a breakup. It's a viable one. It's a reason. We'd go to the movies, out for dinner, but had no excitement. She didn't have any friends here either, which made things harder. That's not your fault. So she brought up the other month that she wants to live separately. I took this badly and started to be suspicious. I eventually went through her phone and found out not too long after we had the conversation, she kissed a guy from her work on a night out. What goes around comes around. Her first night out with her work friends. I confronted her. She told me she had lost attraction for me and she didn't know if we should be together. That's cut and clear and honest. It fucking hurts, but she's being upfront with you. She's not playing games. We had a holiday coming up the next week. I still wanted to make things work as I had been in her position last year. I could understand now she had lost attraction for me. So you wanting to make things work is actually unattractive after what she said to you. The most attractive thing you could have done is probably say, you know what, I understand, we haven't been doing well. It's time for us to probably take a break and separate for a little bit. She'd seen me fail at my goals like working out. I'm a skinny guy, want to gain weight, but just don't stick at working out and eating, and recently had been acting extra needy as I felt her pulling away, and also we didn't have any excitement in the relationship. So, trust, connection, attraction are the keys to a good relationship. It sounds like you're lacking all three, because if you're not having excitement in the relationship, you're not really connected that well, you've lived together, you obviously don't have trust, you've both cheated in some way, and she's just point blank said she's lost attraction. You can't, let me be fucking clear on this, I don't know if you've watched a lot of my videos or what, but attraction, you can't just go, oh yeah, like I'm going to start going to the gym this week and start eating right and get a new pair of jeans and have a new look and go get a haircut and I'm attractive to her now. No, that's just not how it works. Attraction, especially for a female to a man, is about what you've been doing. What happens is they got a file on your ass after you guys have been together. Like basically everything you've done, you've been together 3 years. She's got a file on you, stacked like this. Well, he does this, he quits at the gym, he does this. So if you're saying that you're a quitter at the gym sometimes, then she looks at you like, yeah, he'll never go to the gym until you do 6 months. But sometimes the window's already closed. Now you got to do this kind of stuff for yourself. You got to say, you know what? I don't want to be a quitter. I'm going to start following through on things. Not for her, but for me. To be honest, so we were complacent and stuck in a rut. This is common for 3 years and you're in your early 20s. It's common. I found out the day before our holiday that she had sex with the guy a few weeks prior. So are you going to be able to let that go? Big question for you. Even if you get back together in a month, 2 months, 3 months, are you going to be able to let that go? Most guys, I would say over 50 to 60% cannot let that go moving forward if they get back together. So that's a big question before you even say you want her back. Are you going to be able to get back together and go, oh yeah, that's cool, you slept with another guy, I'm never going to bring that up again? To be honest, this really hurt, but it was still down to the same issues that we'd been having, and I still wanted to try again. So we went on a holiday last month, reconnected, and she was up for trying to make things work after the holiday. We came back home, but I struggled to trust her and went through her phone again. Exactly what I just said, because she slept with someone. That's what I mean. Like, now you already didn't trust her completely. You already had a tethered relationship, and then so this time I looked at her messages and found her a conversation with girlfriends, found out she has had sex with the guy multiple times and 2 nights in a row in her house whilst I was on night shift about a week or so after the first time they had sex. She feels terrible about it. Again, she feels. Great that you wrote this out, because you need to start thinking, what do I feel? You're putting her way too much on a pedestal. You need to get it. But still, fuck. And to make it worse, she feels terrible about but still, he writes, fuck. And to make it worse, I still want to be with her. So you don't even feel good that you want her back. You're not even excited about it. This is desperate behavior. It's unattractive, to be quite honest. Once you found out this, you got some work to do. I would definitely consider doing a live coaching. But after this, she decided we need to be apart. Too much had happened now. Too much damage. I've done everything wrong in the past few weeks. Chased her, pleaded with her, acted pretty pathetic. Yeah, that's pathetic. I mean, a lot of people do this. If you do it for a day or two, if you're doing it for weeks, that is pathetic. And I don't use that word regularly. And you need to get a hold of yourself, because you're just driving the person farther and farther and farther away to the point where they don't even want to talk to you. So is it too late to start acting right, and how? We still live together. We aren't really in financial position right now to move out straight away. That's a shitty position to be in. You need to find a way to move out and separate. You need to find a roommate. You need to tell her that your option is this. There is a way, by the way. There is a way, okay? You could move out and she could find a roommate to take your place, or she can move out and you could find a roommate to take her place. You need to focus on living separately, first of all, because every time you see her, the wound opens back up. And the fact that you read those texts about her fucking some guy 2 nights in a row, that image isn't going away, and that's just going to keep coming up over and over and over again. You need space apart. And while you are living together, you need to ignore her right now and be out of her zone. Be out of the house as much as possible. Make that gym membership or whatever real. Don't do it for her. Do it for you, because you want to follow through. You're a strong, independent, confident individual that's striving towards improvement. And by writing this letter right now is a good first step. All right? She's in London for the week, so hopefully that will give us some space. We hugged and kissed before she left for London. Spoke on Messenger as well, although I was trying not hard enough. This is still quite fresh. We still enjoy each other's company and keep messaging each other, although I know I ought to stop to give her more space. I know she can be attracted to me again as I became attracted to her again, and my affair lasted longer, although I never had sex with the other girl. See, this is what's going to happen. You're going to constantly go in your head. You're going to validate the fact that you had feelings for another woman, that you kissed another woman, but you didn't sleep with her. But your your current ex-girlfriend that you live with, you're validating everything, when really deep down inside it fucking hurts, and you feel bad about it, and you feel like you've been rejected. I want to be a better person. Read that again. I want to be a better person. You have control over that one, pal. 100%. That's what you got to focus on. I want to be a better person. For me, not for her, for me, for my future. This is a smack in the face. It's a smack in the fucking face. It puts you in the starting gate. Right now, in the present moment, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to get a better job because I got financial issues right now. I want to get my own place. I'm not going to accept a woman that I love messaging friends and gossiping about how she's had this escapade with another guy at work. I just can't accept that because I'm too strong and confident. I want her to be a better person. I want to get her. No, 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 no. She needs to focus on her and being a better person. Just because you want her to be a better person, you have no control of that ball game. You have control of you. That's it. And if you start telling her that you want her to be a better person, you want her to improve and all this shit, that's going to turn her off right off the bat, because I don't even know if she wants to improve. And I want to get her back together so we can be even better than we were before. If it all got so messed up. I'm tackling my issues with depression and anxiety. I believe I've contributed to our relationship problems as I've never addressed them. Okay, depression and anxiety are a separate issue from just breaking up. A lot of people layer this. I talk about this often. You can go online. You can check different things to combat anxiety, foods, drinking too much. Exercise is the #1 combat on anxiety. It's point blank. I mean, getting good sleep, drinking lots of water. There's all kinds of things, okay? But you need to, okay, I want to treat anxiety, separate than the breakup. Okay, I have depression. Depression can be overcome. That's not something you just catch and you can't get rid of. You can work on that. You can do research on that. You can read books about that. I could help you in a live coaching. You cannot be identifying with it as a problem that you just have. It's a problem that you're fixing, and you can fix that. This breakup right now and getting her back, this is going to take some time. And I don't even know, honestly, if you got to a place where you were really confident and you were dealing with, you got your depression and your anxiety under wraps, and you started going to the gym, you start getting your financial issues under wraps, would you want to take back someone that cheated on you? I mean, for some reason you didn't sleep around, she did, and it was right in your face. It's just going to be really hard for you to let go. I'd say your first step, #1 on this, move out, find a way, or she moves out. You need to separate. You need to stop contacting her and give each other some really good, how should I say, you need to give each other clean space. What I mean by that, oh, you're kind of in between. Oh, we text each other. We're still there for each other. Look, I don't want to upset you, but if she's hooked up with this guy and she had a good time and she works with him, the guy still work where she works? She's weaning you off the relationship. And what you need to do is you need to go, wait a minute. All right, I want to be a better person. Focus on that. First step, move out. Second step, okay, you got financial issues. How can you make more money? Do you have to do overtime at work? You don't have to do it tomorrow. You just got to have a plan in place. I can help you with that. So please visit rightmac.com if you've got a breakup story, or if you'd like to book a live coaching with myself. Thank you for supporting the channel.